Well, another day, another dollar, as they say. The kitchen is finished. The water in and the drainage out have been connected down here. Just got to fill around that hole, otherwise we'll have snakes and all sorts going in there and living in that lovely dark, warm, wet place. The drainage pipe has been connected to the shower drainage pipe, so it's come straight across here. As you can see from the rather soily looking stones that we've got now, there's quite a bit of digging down there, and it was connected by the lads, one of whom is the local official who deals with the water mains here, so he knew how to connect it in a fairly unusual way, but because it's a drainage pipe, not a mains pipe, I'm sure it'll work. Which is basically that instead of cutting the pipe that's deep down in that ground there and having to dig around it and fitting a joint, he's basically bought a joint, cut half of it off and just drilled a hole in the pipe from the top, and the drainage pipe went into there and it was all glued in, so even if it's not 100% waterproof, that pipe will never fill up and cause a problem, because all the water would just drain past that joint, which is at the top. So yes, hopefully, well, actually, that dirt there I need to clean off with a hose pipe and pick out the big lumps, because the rain won't hit that bit. So I'm now doing the electrics, and I'm getting on with that fairly well. Suntrae wants this finished today, because in the Thai tradition she wants to sleep in here for the first night tonight, and she's probably going back to work tomorrow. So I've got the electrics to do. I've done the lighting switch and tested it. That works fine. So I'm putting one socket on this side of the room, and I'm putting one socket on that side of the room. And I've got to the point now where I just need to wire this socket up. So the wire's been brought in here in trunking. I've cut a hole in this box which has to be mounted long ways, unfortunately. Well, it doesn't really matter, frankly, as long as it's there. It doesn't matter which direction the holes of the socket are facing. So I'm going to get that wired in and get the other one wired in, and then I'll show you the result. Right, this side, which is the side that's got two wires, because we've got the power in and then it has to go out of the room and underneath to the second socket. This is really awkward because of the way that the building's been built. We can't get the wires in very easily straight up the wall and hidden by all the trunking. So yes, I've taken this trunking off. The builders actually put it on the side here, which is no good at all as far as I'm concerned, because I'd rather have the wires bending out at the bottom here rather than up the top near the next to the socket, because it's going to be more secure, I think, this way round. So I've got to put this trunking on differently, in a different position, and yes, we're going to have bare wires visible here, but we've got bare wires visible outside as well, high up. This is the way it is, unfortunately, here. I know this wouldn't pass standards in the UK and Europe, and no doubt America, Canada, any English-speaking Western civilization. So criticise how you like in the comments, but this is it. This is how it happens here, and this is as good as it gets. And whether it's the safest installation or not, well, I don't know, but I can't see how these are going to be vulnerable really to damage. I know they're down at the bottom there, but there's just nothing going to be happening in this room to damage those wires. Anyway, I'll crack on and show you the result. Right, so that's the trunking refixed. Using washers to spread the load, make sure we don't stress the plastic out in one particular spot, lead to premature failure. Same with this box. We want to make sure this box frame doesn't split. It's going to get hot and it's going to get brittle over the years, but this will help to keep it just a little bit longer. I'll just explain this. I think I've done this before, but it's very, very easy here, because you just cut the wires to expose enough of the copper, and there's a little gauge here. Don't know if you can see that. And that tells you exactly how much to cut, and then you just push them into these holes, and they're automatically gripped. So all you need to do is push them in and give them a good tug to see if they come out, just to make sure they are gripped. And that's it, no fiddling around with screws like in the UK. Yeah, I do like this system, and the other thing is everything just, you can build everything up how you want it. So you buy the box here, the wall box, which fits anything. It fits light switches, and it fits sockets, and it fits a combination of the two. And then you've got this actual socket arrangement. You can buy different versions of that. And then you've got the faceplate, which that goes through, which I'll fix in a moment. And then you've got the trim that finally goes on. So it's a really, really simple system, and you just buy all the bits you need, rather than having to buy a socket with all these fiddly screws in the back. Well, it's upside down simply because of the way the plug has been put in, but you can see that says correct down there in that corner there. It says correct, and it's registering 211 volts, varying 211 to 215. It should be a 220 volt circuit, but we never get 220 volts here in the house from the mains, from the pole, so that's fine. Now I'm going to do the same with the socket on the other side of the room. Okay, well, it should show correct because it's wired into the other socket, which was correct, so let's see if we can do an RCD test. I haven't shown you this before, but this is the socket in the garage, which is just below the consumer unit, and that's showing correct as well.